last sort of 3 to 4 weeks, just grabbing time where I can, spending a couple of weekend days doing it as well after work. I've also dragged my partner into it and my mum into it. I've been to some garden centres, really had a bit of a vision for my garden to try and get it into a nice shape for summertime. And what's been nice and motivating is making little videos as I go, vlogging the experience, and it's also helped me internalise the steps. So I wanted to share it with you guys. I've just finished today, so I'm just filming a little intro and I'm really, really, really happy with it. But it'll just be a voiceover. I'm going to show you what the garden was like before, then the stages throughout doing it, and then what the garden looks like in the end. It's not huge transformation, it's not huge amounts of money, it's just what tidying up and trying to make things a bit nicer and more pleasant can do. We only have a small garden, so it was pretty achievable, but I'm quite proud of it, so I wanted to share it with you guys, and I hope that you enjoy it. Bye. I'm just giving you a little walk around of the garden to begin with. This is what it looked like before it started. You can see that quite a few of the bushes are quite overgrown. The grass needs cutting. The plants are not looking too happy in their pots. This is a yucca that I actually really love. That's going nowhere. As I walk around, you can see that there's loads of weeds growing where they ideally shouldn't be. Lots of the plants in the pots are really struggling. And this is a bench that I want to get rid of because it's crumbling really badly. Also, the fence panels are different colours because we had to replace some when a storm came. This is a cherry tree, which I love, but it's got far too overgrown. It just looks too big for the garden. So I started off mowing. That's where all gardening jobs begin with me. Trigger obviously had to get involved. As always, you can find these balls everywhere in our garden and toys, so the first job was the clean-up of all of Trigger's forgotten and now unloved toys, getting them out of the grass so that I could then start the mowing. After that, I then went in with the strimmer and stripped the edges. There were some rocks hidden under there, but it's kind of hard to tell before I've cleared it all out. And then began fence painting. Luckily, I did have some leftover fence paint. I knew there wasn't going to be enough, but it was enough to just get me started. So I went in there. I tell you, it's hard to do with the left hand while you're also filming. I kicked off the fence painting process. Looks very gooey. But it did go on pretty smoothly. And I'd gotten about a fence panel and a half down-ish, I think, before I then realised that I needed a bit more paint. But for now, I keep on going, filling in all the gaps. It's very, very therapeutic, I must say. And there we go. It's starting to look a bit more uniform with the rest of the fence panels. But I then did, as I say, run out. Luckily, my local garden centre had exactly the same paint as what I had before. So I went to grab some, and then obviously had to have a little look around the garden centre too. So I had lots of ideas of what I wanted to do. I wanted some new plants that were actually alive. And I also really wanted some new stone sculptures. I really, really like stone sculptures, especially animals. I loved this snail, but he was a bit expensive. So I did start having one around. This is just my local garden centre. I'm really lucky that it's really close to where I live, so it's not too much of a hassle to go and have a look quite frequently. I loved this fox as well. I think he looked beautiful in amongst all of the plants. And then I had a little look around the rest of the stone. In time, I also wanted to get a stone bench, but for now I just wanted to get an animal to make me happy about adding some character to the garden. I loved that frog. So this is my little haul. I got this little shaped bush. I got a new lantern. I bought that frog because he reminds me of Winter Willows. And he's got a little umbrella. My fence paint, and then I got this, which is meant to grow quite tall. And around where I live, there is a lady who lives locally and sells little plants for just £4. So I did go and get a couple of plants from her, and these are the two that I picked. I absolutely love them. This is my little haul. I'm just back from the garden centre, so I'm just really excited to see me. This is the two plants that I got from Lady's house and the stuff that I got from the garden centre. My dog. And I also grabbed myself some snacks for gardening because it's hard work. It's really hard work. I needed some sugar. Back to the fence panel painting with a new pot of paint. The mixing and painting the fence panels. And I was very, very determined to get them all done before I started something else. I also wanted to paint this box door and just clear it out a little bit. And just as I was doing that, the post arrived. I'd bought this beautiful dragonfly for the fence. I thought it would make it look a little bit more homely and interesting. So I'm just drying it up against the fence paint colour. I think it looks really, really nice. Just a little clip of my dog eating a snack outside. He loves to snack outside in the summer. He rolls around in the grass for ages in the sun. He loves it. Having a little munch. I think he really enjoyed a gardening day. So next, I want to trim some of the branches on the tree that are just too long, and also trim back some of the bushes as well. It's just looking so overgrown. And there's Trigger, asleep, lifting his back leg as he does. So I started to trim the bushes with my observer behind me. Ignore my rubbish kitchen scissors, but to be honest, they were doing the job pretty well. I do have some better ones, but like actual gardening ones. But these just seem to be doing the job so much better. There he goes. So my plan was just to casually trim back lots of these to start with. It's very, very hard to film this and cut at the same time. But I just wanted to neaten everything up. So I did that for about 40 minutes, I'd say. Just going round everything and trimming it back. I also ended up taking out quite a big chunk of one of the plants in order because it just was taking up so much space. So you can see that I've left a gap now, and it just means that everything has a bit more breathing space. I don't know if that's the right or wrong thing to do, but it seemed to make sense for me. I was also really curious about how yellow the inside of this was. Colour really surprised me. And then when I looked, it was actually the outside of the plant that was yellow. The outside of the trunk. The inside was just a normal wood colour. That was interesting. So here are my new plants, all situated in their pots, and I just need to plant them. And voila! I used my new compost and I planted them up. And I think they're looking lovely. I love that bit of the garden. And I decided as well that I wanted to try and give this plant a bit more life. So I just popped in some stones at the base of the plant to make it look a bit nicer. These are hostas. This is what I call hosta corner. And I just wanted to take all of the weeds out. I'd started with that big one and it had gone really well. As you can see, there are so many weeds in the other pots. So I just started pulling out the bits that I didn't want and leaving just the hostas so they had space. There you see, pulled out all the weeds and just left hostas. I have 3 different colours of them, all from that lady in my village who grows little plants and sells them. I was actually so happy with the way that these 3 have turned out. It just felt lovely to revive them. And now it's time to dig up this plant and replace it with the one that I got at the garden centre, because it's been in for about maybe 2 years and it's just not growing. I don't think it's ever going to grow bigger than that. And so actually the weeds were quite short. I was quite surprised. But I decided that I just wanted to put it in a pot. I think it will suit its size a lot better. So I dragged it over and planted it up in this big pot. There we go. It's looking a bit happier, I would say. Not overgrown by those other big bushes in the order. And then I planted this one. It's meant to grow 2 meters tall, so it should fill that area really nicely. It definitely needed some water. It was flopping a lot, but to be honest, the weather was quite warm that day, so I made sure to give it some water to give it a bit of revival. And then I headed to the next garden centre, and I was specifically looking for a stone bench. I've had metal benches in the past, and I've also had wooden benches in the past, and as you can see from that wooden one, it rotted, and the other one just rusted, so I wanted stone. And I also wanted some flowers so that I could bring some colour. And I found this beautiful little stone bench. I love it so much. It's like my happy place now. I love sitting on it, especially to read. And then from the garden centre, I also got 3 other flowers. A red one, a white one, this yellow and red combined one. And I just want to put them up there in those 3 little pots to give it some colour. And I hope that they grow. That's the label for those 3-in-1 colours. I think they're so beautiful. I love that little pot. The little crinkly edge is so cute. I have no idea where I got it from. And these red ones as well are just a bit taller. Next up, I wanted to put that black that was actually my grandparents' up on the wall. And I also put up the dragonfly on the fence. It's looking really, really nice. And things are kind of shaping up now. Things are cut back. We have some nice new pots. We have some things making some nice decoration, and I'm feeling pretty happy with it. And now the dreaded job of the weeds. So you can see that my partner is blasting them, and then I went in with the brush and brushed them all away. It's quite satisfying actually watching them all burn. And then my delivery of birdseed arrived with this rotation, like a subscription. So it comes every few months because I do like to feed the birds. So I've just filled up my bird feeders. I also have some apples as well that I pop into a different container. And we get lots of little birds in the garden. Luckily we don't get too many like bigger birds. We get like cute little baby ones. So this is the finished garden. We have improved and tidied up past the corner. So pretty, with some rocks in that I got from my holidays. We have this new plant that's been watered and got some compost underneath it, and it's looking a lot happier. We have trimmed back bushes that just look a lot more spaced out and happier. And I trimmed back that big red bush from the neighbours as well, or my partner did. And this plant has now grown some leaves. It's looking a lot happier. There has been some time passed since the initial video, to be honest. We have the beautiful dragonfly catching the light. I filled up the bird path and the bird feeder. The cherry tree started to grow some leaves. And the plants are just looking a lot healthier and happier. And a little bit of design in there with the white stones. I love those plant pots. And I'm so happy as well with that frog. I think he gives so much character to the garden. I really, really do. That chimney used to be my dad's. It just adds a nice little homely feature. And then we have the flowers giving a bit of colour. And I'm so happy that I have a nice place. Got my grandparents black. They've passed away now, so it's nice to have a little memory of them in the garden. Falling leaves return to their roots. We have a chimney here, so I can use that to read now. I want to get the chair out and read while the fire's on. And I'm just really, really happy with it. I know by no means this is top-notch gardening, but it's just sorting out a few of the rough edges. And I'm so happy with the space now. I love it. It's me waving goodbye. But I also just wanted to put in a couple of clips of one of a little pigeon who's clearly wondering what I've done to his space where he hangs. Like a little obsessed. That was only an hour before I'd finished or so. And then at night, I have the lights on the trees and the lantern looking pretty. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the